Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the TmortalTV TV Fisherman Hour. Wait a minute. I am recording audio, right? Yep, sure am. Today, I'm joined by my good buddy, Aubrey.
Hey,
and we are, we're gonna do a little bit of fishing.
I think I'm the second time guest.
Yep, it's true, except me. I'm just kidding.
What? You're not a guest.
Just kidding. But yeah.
You're the guy.
Yeah, I'm the guy. But what you been up to, Aubrey? How have you been?
I've been all right. It's nice being back home. I was not home for like 10 days because I was house sitting for my mom. But it's nice being at home and playing video games again.
Yeah. Did you get to enjoy any Switch time?
I did not, because I took my Xbox and I played Claire Obscure the whole time.
Oh, cool. Well, that's a reasonable excuse.
Though I did take my Switch and it just stayed charging the entire time because I was like, I need to do stuff on it.
Yeah.
And I just never did. Hopefully next week that'll change with Donkey Kong.
Oh, that's soon. Man, I wonder.
It is next Friday.
I wonder how long it'll take for me to go consecutive episodes of the TmortalTV Fisherman Hour without talking about the Switch too. For those watching at home, obviously you can listen here on any major podcasting platforms. Now we're even on Apple Podcasts finally, or you can watch on YouTube and actually watch us fish, where you can see
the ghosts.
That today, Aubrey is Superman, and I
am Superman.
am Mr. Terrific for a very special reason. Superman.
Terrific reason.
A terrific reason. A super reason, even.
Yeah, super terrific.
Superman's finally out, and we are itching to talk about it.
Itching like Poison Ivy.
Hey, that's a DC reference.
It is. Not a spoiler either.
Yep, not a spoiler. Actually, maybe a spoiler, guys. Spoiler alert: Poison Ivy is not in Superman. Sorry to break your hearts.
Different city.
Yeah, it won't be long. Once they figure out Batman, I can't wait. Obviously, like the way they handled this movie, I can't wait to see what the James Gunn universe does with Batman.
It's very interesting because Superman is like a character that is supposed to symbolize hope and all this kind of stuff, and it actually revitalized hope in DC movies.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure James Gunn did that on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, he talked about it beforehand, how he was like, I want to do Superman and I want to do it right. And that's why he was like, I want to direct this one and I want to write it because, like, I want full creative control, because it was his dad's favorite growing up and he wanted to do his dad's favorite superhero justice, which I think is awesome.
And released on his birthday, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's even more special. That's really cool. Yeah.
Which I don't know if you've seen, like, this week is like a lot of actors in Superman's birthdays.
Interesting. I haven't.
Monday was David Cornsweat's birthday.
Oh, cool.
Thursday was Isabella's birthday.
Oh.
Yesterday was Rachel's birthday, and then today is Michaela's birthday.
Dang. That's cool.
Which is like really funny.
Dang. Like, they should have a cast birthday dinner. I did see that he said that David Cornsweat said that when he wrapped Superman, his wife, as a gift, bought him the big, like, $850 Millennium Falcon Lego set. And he said that opening weekend, he was thinking about just going home, turning his phone off, and, like, putting it together. Just, like, social media detoxing and building with Legos. It's so fun.
Yeah. I just imagine, like, he turns his phone back on and goes, oh, people love it. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, man. Because, I mean, spoiler alert for our thoughts. We both liked it a lot. I really liked it.
I had 3 thoughts in my head when I walked out of the movie. And it was Homelander saying, I gotta tell you, this is perfect. Down to the last minute detail. That's why he's the GOAT. The Goat, and then Absolute Cinema Vine Boom.
Nice.
Were my thoughts walking out of the theater.
I had my thoughts that I have every time I see a movie that really sticks with me. And I walk out of the movie theater not knowing how I felt. I'm like, did I like that? I don't know how I felt.
Yeah.
And then I think about it all night and I go to sleep. And then for the next 3 days, the movie is all I think about. And then I was like, I got to find my HBO Max login info. And I started watching the New Adventures of Superman again. I'm like, oh no, I think I love this movie. And then I wrote down all my notes that I wanted to talk about so I didn't forget anything. And the more I wrote down my notes of how I actually felt about this movie, the more I realized I love this. It's so good. I cannot wait till it's on Blu-ray. I want to have it. I need to hold it in my hand.
So kind of when I go see movies, it's usually only comic book related movies is all I really go see in theaters. Just because I never can really find people to go that like other stuff.
Yeah.
Because I usually go with people the people who work at the store with me or some of the better customers. So I'm always I listen to how they like movies first, and then I kind of start thinking about their points, and then I kind of build my own from that.
Right.
And this is the first time that we went. It was 6 people. All 6 of us had the same reaction to the movie.
Yeah. I just was at work and I had a moment and I just asked my mom, I'm like, Superman's out tonight. Do you want to go? And she's like, oh, really? Yeah, sure, I guess. And we both walked out of it and we both loved it. And she already wants to go see it again Tuesday so we can take my sister as well. So she's already itching to go back to the theater and see it again as well. So
yeah, I want to go see it in IMAX.
Oh, geez.
Because it was filmed for IMAX.
Man, every time I see an IMAX movie, I pay for it, motion sickness wise or something. It's just so much to take in. But it was really fun. I got to talk to my mom about the movie a good bit after it too, and she had a lot of what everybody's been thinking. You know, she said what everybody's been thinking. She had a lot to say. Like her main takeaways were man, I love seeing a Superman that's he's bright and happy, and a kid can watch this movie and it's not dark and scary like the last 2 Superman movies. I'm yeah, you know what? You got a good point. I think you're saying what everybody else is saying right now. That's great.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's shocking how well Superman fueled with hope does well. And not one that's unnecessarily gloomy and has 6 lines of dialogue in the movie.
Yeah. That's a big thing, because the first thing in my notes, as much as it's tough to compare things, because you don't want to compare everything to another, because different adaptions and all that, but I don't think you can really you go processing this movie without comparing it to Man of Steel, of course. So
well, and it's the thing with DC. It's you kind of it's unavoidable because there has been so many bad DC movies. So it's okay, well, here's a good one. Let's point out what makes it good and what makes the other ones not as good.
Yeah, because I will say I'll say it with my full chest. I like the Snyder movies. I don't think they're that bad. I'm certainly nowhere even remotely close to a Snyder bro. I never was a save the Snyderverse guy. I did want the Snyder cut of the Justice League to come out, but when I heard that it got canceled and they were starting over, I was like, oh well. It's there's nothing wrong about that. But in my notes, I think this is very important to talk about with this movie. Especially you're really deeply immersed in comic book culture, and I am more so than average people, but still not that immersed in it. And I was
Yeah.
trying to think of like this Superman versus like Snyder, Henry Cavill Superman, and like why did I like Man of Steel so much? And it boiled down. I got to the root of it at the time that Man of Steel came out. The like mass public perception of Superman was just he was this like Smokey the Bear, like, hey kids, PSA, don't forget to be good at school. You know, like that's what everybody thought Superman was. And you know, that's why everybody was like, Superman is boring. He's not a fun character. And so when they dropped the movie where like he is doing the right thing and fighting for justice, but you could see him like get upset when like there is injustice in the world, and like he gets like mad and fights Zod when he threatens his mom. I was like, hey, this is a Superman. He's got emotion. He gets mad and sad just like everybody else. I think I can get behind this Superman. And as somebody who wasn't like so familiar with the source material, like I think that's why a lot of people hooked onto it so much. Going from just thinking of Superman as like the guy who plays on a cereal commercial to tell you to not talk to strangers versus like an actual emotional character, which is like, again, like I'm saying, you have to be out of the source material to think that way, because going back and even looking at clips from the Christopher Reeve movie in 78 and New Adventures of Superman, which was in like early 2000s show, like he's not like that at all. He's full of personality. He's full of emotion and passion. Like that's always been a part of Superman. It's just a part that I guess the public wasn't that familiar with. And so Man of Steel kind of brought that, which I think is why so many people latched onto it.
Well, it also kind of rode the coattails of Dark Knight.
Yeah, very much so. A little bit more grounded and dark.
Like, oh, we're getting the Dark Knight, but with Superman. And I feel like that is a big reason why it's as popular, because the Dark Knight is, I would say, is still the most popular Batman movie, even over the Batman.
Yeah, I will say, and the only people I know who don't like the Batman only don't like it because they don't like it as much as the Nolan trilogy. And I would say that mostly online of what I'm seeing, the only people who don't like this new Superman movie are the ones that just are mad that it's not Snyder. So there is this weird attachment,
and people who are allergic to being nice to people.
That too. Yeah, they're like, it's woke. I can't believe he cared about someone. It's like,
I can't believe Superman saved a child.
So on a post earlier, like somebody was posting about Superman, and they were like, yeah, thanks a lot, social justice warriors. I'm like, what do you think a superhero is? Like,
yeah.
I think most superheroes, by definition, are social justice warriors, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, that is one, what I think I loved about this Superman so much. They struck the middle ground. Like, he still had the passion. He still had that emotion. That I love to see from Henry Cavill, but at the same time, he was that cartoony, bright, colorful, like happy, cheerful guy. He's a positive dude, but you could see that he can be sad.
Yeah, even in without going into detail, the darker parts of Clark as a character in this movie, he's still somewhat like, even though this is happening, I still need to do what's right.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And to where, like, the way Snyder would write Superman was, oh, I'm going to dwell on this for, like, weeks while people just die.
Yeah, a perfect example of that is, like, when there's a big twist in the movie that kind of, like, knocks Superman off his, like, feet emotionally. Like, he immediately snaps to it and is like, I have to go save these other people that might be affected by it. Whereas you have the scene in Batman versus Superman where they're trying to frame him and make him look bad, and someone bombs the courtroom and he just sits there and looks sad while everyone dies and then flies away. Like,
instead of moving all the rubble looking for any survivor.
Or having super hearing and being like, do I hear a bomb? And using super speed and saving everyone like he normally would in pretty much any other adaptation. But
they did coat. In defense of Snyder, they did coat the bomb with lead so Superman couldn't hear it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh no,
in my rare defense of Zack Snyder.
Yeah, but still, like he would be helping clean up, or he would be like, "Is anybody okay? Is anybody still here? Can I help them?" He wouldn't just look sad at the camera, then fly away like boo hoo, like Which, I think. That's something that's so great about this new adaptation that Snyder misses is the sense of heroism. Like he is trying to be a hero the whole time. And it's so cool. So much of this movie, like when there are fight scenes, it reminded me so much of the train scene in Spider-Man 2, where it's like, yes, he's fighting the force of evil or whatever that he's trying to beat at the moment, but his number one priority is like, how do I damage control and make sure everyone possible is safe? Like this is I'm gonna like break my rule, mild spoilers. During a fight, he stops to make sure a squirrel doesn't get stepped on. Like like that's Superman. Like that, I love the Henry Cavill Superman, but he would never, like, you would never see that on screen.
Like, I don't even remember, like, a scene where Henry Cavill goes out of his way to save somebody. Like, anybody.
I think there's, like, one scene where it's, like, he flies overseas to, like, stop a conflict and saves people. Or, like, pulls them out of, like, a flood or a natural disaster. But it's, like, a big dramatic, like, he's coming to save this huge monumental thing. There's never, like, the small street-level grounded moments of, like, I'm just going to help people because they're here and they need help.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and I have this in my notes, there's a lot of scenes in this kind of, you mentioned it just now, that reminded me a lot of Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which is a really good thing because I think as far as Sam Raimi's, you could say what you want about those movies. Mm-hmm. It was like you saw Spider-Man or interact with the average people.
Right. Yeah, he truly was a street-level hero there. Yeah,
that's a big part of superhero stuff. I mean, you can look at the Tim Burton Batman movies. Like, there are a lot of moments where Batman is saving, like, normal people.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're kind of getting away from that in superhero movies.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's not, I don't want to sound like I'm being like, it's Marvel's fault, but I think it's an unfortunate side effect of just like, Marvel's been going for like 20 plus years and they built to this huge conflict. So now people think like the conflict has to be bigger and better. When it's like they earned that build by getting that far, building up to that. Like, but at the core, superheroes should be that like street level, like Daredevil. And I'm hoping the new Spider-Man coming out is going to be that way as well.
Yeah, there became a point in, like, I guess you could just say Marvel movies specifically, but I guess it's all superhero movies, where, like, if there's a big thing happening on the street, somehow the streets are just empty.
Yeah.
So there is nobody to save. And it's like what's going on here? Like, this is New York.
Yeah, that's how I felt about like Man of Steel. Like in the big fight at the end of Man of Steel, like they're just throwing each other through buildings and stuff. And it feels like an old PS2 game where it's just like they only built the structures and there's no like NPCs or anything. They're just throwing each other through buildings for destruction's sake. And there's like nobody around. But yeah, I love that, like, I remember seeing this, like, this is what makes Superman so interesting. Like, he's, like, pretty OP as a character. Like, this one's a little nerfed.
And he's only 3 years in.
Yeah,
so, I mean, he's not, he probably doesn't realize, I lost it.
But even so, I still thought he was crazy powerful. But I remember they were saying, like, what makes Superman's fights interesting is, he can win. So, it's almost like the cool factor from the fights comes from him going out of his way to save everyone while he's fighting. Yeah. And I think this movie captured that perfectly.
And they did a good job with the antagonists, like Engineer and Ultraman, that possess the power to kind of be on par with Superman.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, even though Superman is super powerful, he's still fighting people that are on his level.
Yeah.
So you kind of get the aspect where he's not super powerful because these guys are on par with him,
right?
Which is, I think, a good call.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because now in the future, if there is more, then Superman might be fighting somebody that's maybe not on his power level, but is able to outsmart Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we'll be able to see how Superman can think on his feet, which you do see that a little bit in this movie.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I would love to see Brainiac eventually. I hope we get Brainiac.
Brainiac or Mongol.
Yeah.
In my notes, I put that, and this is kind of a James Gunn thing, but somehow the actors that he chooses for his films all have like perfect chemistry, like they've known each other since they were children.
Yeah. One of my notes is the cast was perfect. Like Nicholas Hoult, I haven't seen a single thing with him in it where he doesn't absolutely kill it. He's just a great actor, which, you know, I saw what everybody was paid for this movie. He was he was paid the most out of anyone because he has the biggest name, because he's just really good at what he does. And man, he doesn't phone it in. He was a perfect Lex Luthor in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't see anybody else being Lex Luthor at this point.
Yeah. This is
most of this cast. I can't see anybody else playing the characters.
Yeah.
At least for a good like 20 years.
I saw this clip. I don't think it's what he was meaning to say, but I just thought it was funny. But somebody was interviewing the guy who played Jimmy Olsen, and he was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about working out and bulking up for this movie, but I didn't want to like undermine David's, you know, body build too." I'm like, do you think Jimmy Olsen is going to be able to bulk up and people are going to be like, wow, Jimmy looks too big next to Superman? That is not going to happen. I don't know what you think you're talking about, buddy.
I feel like that's a rib on CW.
Maybe.
Because Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl is like a 6'2" built like jacked guy. And then like, I forget his name. He voices Sephiroth in Remake and Rebirth.
Oh, cool.
Tyler something, but he's like 5'10".
Okay, yeah,
and not super big. So Jimmy Olsen in CW is bigger than Superman.
That's funny. Okay, I wonder if he was like winking at the camera trying to make fun of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all these people seem pretty familiar. Like everyone was talking about like, yeah, I thought like Smallville was a huge inspiration, which has like been around forever, and like so people know their source material.
I have opinions on Smallville.
I mean, it's a CW show, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but it was kind of like CW before CW, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
It wasn't like the DCized like Supergirl, Flash, Arrow. It was like before those.
Right.
So I don't really classify it with those, but there's a lot that I just do not like about Smallville.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never seen it. I would have a huge amount of grace for it because when it was made, I would just assume it's oozing with early 2000s corniness. So
It was corny in the year 2000. So it was like 90s corny.
Okay, yeah. See, I would expect that from that.
Yeah. But yeah, to kind of go into characters specifically, Guy Gardner is one of my favorite DC characters. Like, he's in my top 5 DC characters. And when they cast Nathan Fillion, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, I know he could be like sarcastic and everything in the movies that he's in, and he is a good actor, but it's like, I don't know if I like him as Guy Gardner. This movie completely shut me up about it.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
I cannot see anybody else being Guy Gardner.
Considering I didn't know who he was before this, me neither.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
So he's absolutely perfect. If you want like really good like Guy Gardner stuff and like 100% where James Gunn wrote this version of Guy Gardner from, read like the 80s Justice League International.
Oh, cool.
And it's like he's so annoying that you know Batman, how he is able to like not show any emotion even if he's annoyed or angry. There's a comic where Guy Gardner is just talking and will not shut up, and Batman just turns around, just clocks him right in the face.
I think I saw like somebody shared that panel and they're like, get ready for Guy Gardner, the only guy to make Batman snap. It's like there's maybe the Killing Joke, you don't know, it's off frame, and then definitely canonically Guy Gardner just being annoying.
But like they 100% encapsulated like that version of Guy Gardner in this movie. Like,
awesome.
There's moments where like you could tell like some of the other characters are like seconds away from just snapping on Guy.
Especially
so good.
Especially Hot Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could tell she's just done.
Which she was great too. I wish she had a little more scenes.
Yeah.
Because I like what the movies she's been in. Like, for some reason, a friend of mine was like, "Hey, you gotta watch the Dora the Explorer live action," and I was like, "Why?" They're like, "Just do it." And then I watched it, and it's like fully aware, and like Isabella is just so funny as Dora.
I have only seen her in, unfortunately, she's the kid in The Last Night, isn't she? The Transformers.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
But she's to also say a good movie that I've seen her in. She's one of the main cast in Romulus, Alien Romulus. So
yeah, which I just bought.
Oh, good.
So I should be having it coming soon.
Nice. You saw it, right?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, dude.
I haven't seen Covenant or Romulus.
You can
which
skip
I know Covenant is not as good, but I kind of like, because there's a lot of the Alien Predator movies I haven't seen, so I kind of just want to watch them.
If you watch Covenant,
just to watch them.
If you watch Covenant, watch it back to back with Prometheus, because they're kind of like two sides of the same coin.
I got Prometheus too, so
I like Prometheus
as well.
I'm a hot take. I think Prometheus is pretty cool. It's pretty divisive. A lot of people hate it, but I do hate Covenant.
That's fair. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's got Danny McBride in it though.
It's true.
How bad can it be?
He's fun in it, but everybody was great. One of my few complaints was similar to that with her. I wish we got more screen time with certain people. Like one of the few things is like, one of my only downsides to this movie is there wasn't more of it. One of the things, like, I think they said with the Batman, Bruce Wayne is on screen for like up into like the 90% of the movie. Like, he's always there. And I felt like I wish we had more Superman in the Superman movie. But
and this is very much like a comic book movie too. I mean, you are focusing on the supporting cast as well as the main character.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't knock it. Like, I wouldn't actually like knock points off the movie for that.
Yeah.
It's just something I was like, I wish we had a little bit more time with Superman.
Yeah.
So I mentioned off the podcast that I only had one major complaint, and you took a guess at it.
And I took that guess based on what I saw a lot of other people complaining about that don't really read comic books.
Yeah, I think spoiler alert, this is kind of a big thing. If you want, skip ahead approximately 3 minutes to time code 3131, where we will pick up making fun of Man of Steel a little bit more. But
you've been warned.
You've been warned! The big twist is that... classic Superman, which this is actually an interesting segue for something I learned recently. Superman is actually a Moses allegory. He was created by two Jewish immigrants, and they wanted to capture the original, like Moses fleeing the genocide in Egypt when they were trying to like kill the Hebrews, and they put him in a basket. He went down the Nile and went to live with the Egyptians until he got older, and then he goes into the desert and finds the burning bush and hears the message from God to go free the Hebrews, which is much like Superman getting put in the little rocket, sent to Earth, raised by humans, and then goes and finds the Fortress of Solitude, where he finds the message from his parents that tells him to like be good and protect humanity. And in this movie, he only has the first half of the message because it got corrupted or messed up, and Lex Luthor does a smear campaign against him by cleaning up the data or whatever and revealing that the rest of somehow, who knows how, but revealing that the second half was his parents were like, basically go colonize Earth and like create your own harem and like breed new Kryptonians onto this planet. And that actually is not my one complaint with the movie. I actually thought that was kind of cool because it allows for a message that they went for of like, it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from or even the intentions that you were sent there by other people to do. It's your choice at the end to be good because you are good. And I thought that was a really beautiful message. And I really liked that. And
the scene with Pa, I was like, oh man, this is going to get me.
It's nice to have Pa Kent not dying at a tornado looking back being like, no, son, don't do it.
God. That GIF has been coming up so much, like people trying to defend it. I'm like, that is the worst scene in the world because Superman, somebody who can move faster than an eyesight, cannot rush and save his fucking father. Or the father's like, hey, look over there, there's another thing. And then Superman or Clark just goes and saves everybody while they're not looking.
Yeah, it's
like, what?
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
There's like 1,000 ways that could have been avoided.
Yeah, which boils down like
nah, let me die.
I think the reason I can have fun with the Snyder films is because I know what he was going for. Like, I see the vision, but when you really look at it, the execution's kind of poor. And like you made the joke on the stream the other night, like Zack Snyder's horrible at writing characters, and I responded with, I think he's just bad at writing in general. Yeah. like characters, plots,
he's
outlines, everything. Like it's a bummer.
He's good at writing a visual for a scene.
Yeah,
like, he's really good at like coming up with a nice visual.
Yeah, he's a great visual director for sure.
Yeah. So he should just be like an action choreographer and not a director.
If he were to like co-direct with someone like more grounded in their ideas, with like a really solid screenplay, they'd make the coolest movie ever. Like I like what he does. Again, can't say enough. Like I'm never gonna be like a hater on the Snyder stuff, except like what he wanted to do after Justice League. Like his plans, so the plans after the Snyder cut of Justice League was like,
don't talk about it. Just go Google it.
No, I'm gonna talk about it because you Snyder bros need to hear it. He was gonna have, while Superman was dead, Bruce Wayne hooked up with Lois Lane. They have a kid. Superman comes back to life, is mad about it, kills Batman. Then the Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane's kid becomes the new Batman, and all this like weird nonsense. I'm so glad the Snyderverse did not continue. And like, I don't care what anyone says, like, bring back the Snyderverse. If that's what we were gonna get, no, please do not.
Yeah.
That's awful. It's not even a like, oh, that's a cool new fresh idea. It's like, no, that's just stupid. Especially like one of the big complaints is like they rushed too fast. Like, we're 2 movies in and we're like 3 movies into the DCEU.
Well, and Man of Steel was not built for a sequel either.
Yeah.
Or it was not built for an expanded universe.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be its own little contained thing, like The Dark Knight.
Ah, yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, hey, Marvel's doing their thing.
Yeah.
We can just we could just skip 10 movies."
Yeah.
There's a lot wrong with the Snyderverse I could complain about. And
To bring it back down, the only problem I had with
good DC movies.
yeah, the only problem I had with this good DC movie was the pacing was so whiplashy, jerky, all over the place. I felt like
I didn't really get that.
oh man, and I do also have it in my notes just to be fair. I'm not even sure if I'd really call it a complaint, but more a point of confusion. Like I was so like whoa, 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 whoa the whole movie. So that's why I'm very excited to see it again, because now that I know what's going on, I'll be like, okay, just like sit down and enjoy the movie. But yeah, it just
I didn't really get that. It was there were like a couple scenes that I felt were a little too short.
Yeah.
But I didn't get like a oh, we're here now type thing.
Yeah. I was able to snap out of it a little bit at times, because I remember hearing that it was originally supposed to be kind of like a episodic broken up movie where it would span across a week, and they would have like the title cards that would pop up and say like day 1, day 2, day 3 to guide you through the week. And I feel like they just took that out of the movie but kept the same like story flow, and it felt a little like boom, now it's tomorrow. Like the opening scene that like establishes everything happens, and then it just like jump cuts and it's the next day and Clark is going to work, and I'm like, what? I'm like, but it, you know, it's not that bad, but I think that all boils. Oh, go ahead.
Also, the trailers are really nice, because like most of all the trailers except one scene happen within the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I really like that. It didn't reveal very much of anything, which is super cool. I think all of my issues with the movie come from the mindset of we have to skip the origin and jump right into the action, which I think wasn't a bad idea, but just could have been handled a little bit better. Like that open,
and it's kind of like, we know Superman, like we know his deal, like we don't need to have a scene of the parents putting him in the ship and sending him to Earth. We don't need that.
Yeah.
But they kind of like the first time he's on the ship, you kind of get that whole origin like within the scene.
Yeah.
Like it's happening like in the background.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they handled it pretty well.
I just wish like you know how it opens and they have like the text. It's like 30 years ago this happened. 3 weeks ago this happened. 3 minutes ago this happened. I wish that had been like narrated with a little montage or something instead of just text. And I think because we dove right into the action, there were a lot of points in the movie where they had to tell you rather than show you. So a lot of the dialogue was like, hey, remember this?
And that's more of a for general audience thing.
For sure. All that to be said, like that's a nitpick. That's literally the only issue I had with the movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
Everything else
and I did
was
like
really cool.
I did like too how the movie had its Easter eggs.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like every second of the film is not filled with Easter egg.
Yeah. Speaking of Easter eggs, I really like.
Yeah, there's a big one towards the end.
The like I was mentioning earlier, I think the thing that made me like Man of Steel so much was that it was the first time that I, as general audiences, really saw them show Superman have like emotion and passion, right?
Yeah.
And the way they handled the music in this movie was so cool, because when Superman was being a hero, they used the classic John Williams theme from the 70s and 80s movies, and the love theme was the Superman theme from Man of Steel. I don't know if you caught that. It was the same like melody motif. So in a way, the movie was kind of acknowledging like, we're taking the classic hero that you know, but the passion and emotion from what you also just saw maybe a couple years ago. And I thought that was a nice way of like respecting all of the Superman that came before, which the
Yeah,
cast
for
has
sure.
been very open about that too. Like everybody's been like, no, Man of Steel and Zack Snyder were cool. Like they've
Yeah.
all been super respectful and open about liking it too. I don't feel like any of this movie felt like a yeah, smugly we're
One
about to do Superman right. Like
and James Gunn and Zack Snyder are close friends. Like they've worked on movies together.
yeah,
Like
they
like
literally were just on Rick and Morty as a bit, like making fun
yeah.
of their own rivalry, like that people
Yeah.
think they have. Like that's something I've noticed a lot. Like you'll see fan bases hate each other
Yeah.
and start these competitions, and I don't care what industry it is, the second you actually look at the people in the industry talking together, they're all cool.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't
They
care.
don't care.
Like bands that hate each other, like I like this band better than you. They're going on tour together and they're best buds. Nobody cares
Yeah.
when you actually like are in the professional industry. All these like beefs and stupid competitions, it's just caused by stupid fans.
Going back on the music, the composer or one of the composers, there's two different ones.
Oh, cool.
One of them is like James Gunn's like composer on like every film.
Nice.
So like same guy that worked on like Guardians 3, the main like rocket high evolutionary scene where the music is like
Oof.
really like depressing. That's him.
Dang. I saw something the scene when Mr. Terrific is like I'm the damn Mr. Terrific and pushes the guy out of
Yeah.
the way. That was ad-libbed. But he went up to the dude and was like, he took him off to the side and was like, "Hey, I just want to warn you because like you're in the scene with me. I'm gonna smush your face. I don't know if James Gunn's gonna let us keep the scene in, but I'm gonna do it, and we'll ask for forgiveness rather than ask for permission." And he did it,
Yeah.
and James Gunn was like, "Cut, do that again, but do it harder." He was like, "I like that. I like what you're doing, but we're gonna do it even better." And so he immediately
Yeah,
was
that-
just on board with it. So I like how
That
much creative
actor-
freedom they give in those movies.
That actor for Mr. Terrific, I wrote his name down, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. Oh man,
Eddie Gathegi.
I
He
think
was
so.
so good in that role.
Yeah, man, I like something James Gunn just excels at is taking these characters like most of the general audience fans have never heard of, and then just putting them on screen, and they just steal the show. And he is
Which Mr. Terrific is a very like prominent character in the comics because he's part of JSA, he's part of Justice League, he's in everything, but he's always been kind of a serious character, and he's usually pretty boring. So like James Gunn kind of took his character and just kind of put it on a different level.
Yeah, a great thing that James Gunn does is he like understands like how to make characters that aren't funny by doing the like juxtaposition. Like I'm gonna put this serious character in a funny situation, and because I remember seeing a long time ago, like they talked about it even as far back like Black and White Addams Family. They're like one of the ways that you can make like a situational comedy funny is you either take really weird characters and put them in a normal world like the Addams Family, or you take a normal world and put one really weird character in it. So and I think like that's
why
a good
Tropic
example.
Thunder works.
Yeah, and that's why like Mr.
Because-
Terrific, he's like normal when like weird things are going on.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
Also, fun fact, because me and Fred were talking about all the actors' birthdays and stuff like that coming right next to each other. I was looking up Nicholas Holt's birthday, and I forgot his first name for whatever reason. I typed in Michael Holt. Michael Holt's is Mr. Terrific's name.
Oh, that's his like character, like his like real
his,
name.
His real name, yeah.
That's cool. Oh man.
I wrote down that the CG was actually really good.
Yeah, there was no
'Cause
point in
the
the
whole,
movie
like-
where like the visual effects took me out of it.
The whole like kaiju fight, which is in the trailer, so I mean it's not really spoiler.
Yeah.
But I mean, having a big CG monster like during the daytime is always like something really impressive to me. Like,
Yeah.
if you can make that look good, your FX team is on a really good level.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like most of the Godzilla movies up until the newest one, like New Empire, all of the big destruction scenes are at night.
Yeah, it's easier to
And
make CGI look better when you have a lot of shadows to play with.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So you raise a good point. Like broad daylight where you don't have shadows to hide.
There's nothing to hide it.
Yeah, that is a pretty bold move.
And it just looked really good. Like it shoots fires. I mean, like the fire effects were really cool looking. I guess this is a spoiler, but Hawk Girl is attacking the eyeball of the big monster.
Oh yeah,
the eyeball twitching and the pupils dilating and undilating was like really trippy to look at.
Yeah, I don't think that's that bad of a spoiler.
Yeah.
This might be the Proton River. I thought that was like so visually cool. Like that, I was like, whoa.
That whole area just looked so cool. Which I mean, more spoilers. I'm pretty sure that's the.
I was just about to ask. I was wondering, like, is that or will it become like in this universe?
It looks how the is like drawn in the books.
Okay, I love the monkeys. Man, James Gunn knows the internet well. I'm just gonna say that. You guys can watch the movie to know what I'm talking about. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But
and it was kind of a good little nod because like the history of like DC Comics, like in the 50s and 60s, DC had like a monkey phase where like let's just give every villain a monkey. Or
is that where Gorilla Grodd came from?
Yeah.
Wow.
Gorilla Grodd, Ultra Humantate, I forget Batman's, and then Wonder Woman had a villain too.
That's really funny, man.
And there's a Gorilla Green Lantern also. But also I made a meme for Snyder Bros today. But basically I just keep seeing Snyder Bros only talking about how good Henry Cavill is and how he's a better Superman, so I made this meme.
Stay away, girls. Henry Cavill is for the boys. That's so, man, yeah. Like, I definitely think, like, Henry Cavill, like, I like him as an actor, and similar to Geralt with The Witcher, I feel like he would have been just as good of a Superman with better writing and better direction. I don't think anything that's wrong with Man of Steel is Henry Cavill's fault.
Yeah.
But I am not upset with what we got now because I like you said, I can't see anyone else's Superman after David Cornsweet.
Yeah, and I kind of touched on it before, but James Gunn is just so good about picking people.
Yeah.
Like he seems to pick like genuinely good people like in real life, and then they're also like super good actors that maybe have just not got that step up yet.
Yeah, he like when you listen to him talk in interviews, he just has such a good like his head's in the right space for like filmmaking in general. Like he was talking about like I would rather us make a movie and it suck if it means we were able to take a risk and like try something new, because he's like the reason people are bored of a lot of superhero media right now is because it's not trying anything new. So trying something new is what's important. And I think they even said like he's like I would literally rather like continuity error screw up our timeline for a chance to let a movie happen than like, you know, box ourselves in. So the creativity is the main focus. And on top of that, when you hear him talk about comics, he just has so much passion and understanding for the characters and the medium. Like he is making sure it's being done right and things are like you were saying about Guy Gardner. You're like, I don't know if that's the right guy for Guy Gardner, but like now you're like, dude, that's perfect. Like he understands the characters on a level that is so like, that's what we need. He's like the perfect guy for the job. And I'm so glad like the DCU is in his hands. It's so awesome.
Yeah, and I don't remember what the next. I guess Peacemaker season 2 is the next
Yeah.
project next month.
Well, I mean, this will probably be a while, but they said
I know
they're
there's a handful
already
of things in the works, but like nothing's like, I guess Green Lantern show.
Oh yeah, that Green Lantern
next
show's
year?
coming out, which I'm excited because the only Green Lantern I know is just from like Justice League animated stuff.
Yeah.
And
Jon
unfortunately,
Stewart.
the Ryan Reynolds live action movie,
Yeah.
which I didn't enjoy. But like, I like Hal Jordan as a character, but I also like Jon Stewart a lot too. So I'm glad that we're starting off with both being there. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's like it's very interesting, like, and it's a little hard. It's a little more complicated now because there's so many lanterns from Earth now.
Yeah.
But it used to be like the three of them are like they're all like all three, like Guy, Hal, and John. They're all like they symbolize every part. Like Jon Stewart on paper is the best Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan is actually the best Green Lantern. Guy Gardner is the fan favorite.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, I didn't know about Guy Gardner until this movie, but I always looked at it a little bit. I don't know how like much you've dabbled in Star Trek, but like
not at all.
Guy Gardner is kind of like not Guy Gardner. Hal Jordan is kind of like the Captain Kirk.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
like he's the good captain because he knows when to break the rules and like he
Yeah.
kind of like paves his own path. And then Jon Stewart is the Jean-Luc Picard where he's like by the book honorable, but his wisdom is so good like you know he's making the right call.
Yeah.
So like I like that dichotomy of like these two different characters just are like two different takes on what it is to be a good Green Lantern. Because a lot of people argue like who's better captain, Picard or Kirk? If you want to objectively argue it, like Picard is a better captain, you know, but like Kirk is great in his own right because he's a bad captain by breaking the rules all the time. So like and I'm excited to see that with Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. I think they're
I'm really excited for the Green Lantern show because this is I guess a comic spoiler, but New 52, which was 15 years ago now, the Red Lantern comic, one of the Guardians in the Green Lantern Corps goes to guys like, hey, there's this group of another lantern spectrum that's causing some problems and we just need like a sleeper agent. So they go to Guy Gardner's like, yeah, you've been suppressing all this anger since you've been a Green Lantern, so just let it out. And then he just lets everything out and he becomes a Red Lantern and becomes a sleeper agent for the Red Lanterns.
Interesting.
And Nathan Fillion was talking a little bit about the Green Lantern show. And he's like, I have dropped more F-bombs in this show than in my entire career. And I'm kind of hoping that he turns into a Red Lantern in that show.
Dang, that'd be cool. And you know what? James Gunn has like the deep comic respect and knowledge to where like I wouldn't be surprised if he like didn't pull that kind of lore.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Also, fun fact about that great Red Lantern run, Supergirl also becomes a Red Lantern in that series.
Okay, so
and
we have
her
angry.
as a Red Lantern.
What was it? Kara? Is her name Kara?
Yeah, Kara.
Okay.
Which her as a Red Lantern, because she's already a Kryptonian, nobody can really like handle her because it's like her power is amplified. So she's just basically when you become a Red Lantern, you have to bathe in the blood of Atrocitus, which is the creator of the Red Lanterns, and that's what kind of gets you out of like a berserk rage state.
Right.
So nobody can get Kara into this pit. So she's just on a violent tirade.
Oh no.
Through half of the book, and it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite comic book runs.
Nice.
Eventually we do need to do an episode just talking about comics.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man.
'Cause I got some recommendations.
Cool. Yeah. Another reason I'm a little less like I said, the pacing jumping a bit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'd call it a complaint, but more a point of confusion. Is because in a way, I do think it kind of on a small scale, does a little bit of the Superman for All Seasons, where it's like jumping around in time, showing these different stories as a larger whole of who Superman is, which I think is a cool idea.
Yeah, my boss at the store, which he didn't go to the movie with us this time, but his biggest complaint about the movie was there's a MacGuffin with Jimmy Olsen about 2/3 of the way into the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm just like thinking, I'm like, that's Jimmy Olsen as a character though. Like,
Yeah,
he always has something about him that's just like, oh yeah, I know the way.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh wow, how convenient, but it felt like a silly comic book when it happened.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cute, as it should be. It's like stupid and cute, like like very like Scooby-Doo-esque, and I didn't have a problem with it because this movie felt like, hey guys, calm down. We're all here to have fun. You know, like for sure.
It's like,
yeah.
I don't know if you saw, they're announced that Terrific and Olsen are getting spinoff shows apparently.
Yeah, they're
rumored
for what
to
I
be
saw is they were having conversations after the movie, and today I saw even more that they're like in like super talks like around DC Studios, like already trying to get the Mr. Terrific thing rolling. So that's awesome. I would love that.
But there's a Jimmy Olsen comic story that I have to tell you about.
Okay.
Where Jimmy Olsen accidentally gets on this spaceship that's going into like the deep dark parts of space.
Okay.
And lands onto this burning rock of a planet. And it's the first appearance of Darkseid.
Oh wow.
And I kind of need them to do that in the Jimmy Olsen show if it happens.
That would be great. Even if it's like even if they never plan on doing anything with Darkseid in this DCU, it would be so funny. Just like if that was his only appearance. It's just like Jimmy Olsen accidentally saw him.
Yeah, but I put let's see. Crypto. We haven't talked about Crypto yet.
Oh yeah.
Crypto is so good, and in a way, I guess this is kind of a spoiler, kind of saves the day more than Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like an unsung hero for sure.
Yeah.
I think that brings me to a good point. The messages and themes that they were trying to show in Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman. Like I would say Man of Steel is like hope, humanity. Look, he's here to do the right thing and save us, but like not executed the best way. And then Batman versus Superman is like, look, we think he's an alien and he's dangerous, but he's actually just as human as the rest of us. He's here to help. This movie alone did both of those messages better in like half a movie than it took them to do in 2 movies. And I think Crypto really is the glue that holds that emotional core together in many ways.
Yeah. And also, while you were saying that, it made me think of this. I wonder how much Nicholas Hoult looked at J. Jonah Jameson in the Raimi movies. Like, how his blind hatred for Spider-Man.
Yeah. I know he reached out to the guy who played Lex Luthor in Smallville. I know he talked about that, and he gave him advice.
Michael Rothsbottom, whatever his name is.
I'll take your word for it. But
yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Him and Gunn are close friends.
I do love, yeah, that is true. Lex Luthor does have a similar, just blind hatred for, like J. Jonah Jameson does.
Yeah, he's that guy's in the movie. I won't say where he is, but he is in it. I didn't realize till the credits, but it's not very obvious.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering how many like little cameos of that they might have. Like, I was wondering if like Christopher Reeve's movie would, his son would show up. Maybe I didn't know. He does? Okay, cool.
Yeah. There's a reporter kind of early in the movie.
Awesome. Yeah, I was wondering if there would be nice little cameos like that.
It's like when the Justice Gang shows up.
Okay,
it's cool. Like they're watching the TV in the planet, and he's the reporter there.
That's cool. I really like that.
But I know before the movie came out, he said the robots in the Fortress of Solitude, which are in the trailer, they're voiced by the Guardians of the Galaxy members.
Oh,
But I think it's only Michael Rooker, Palm, and Zoe Saldana.
oh, cool. And Bradley Cooper was
Yeah.
Jor-El for
Yeah.
the little bit he was in the movie.
I would imagine a lot of the little like the guys in the mech suits
Oh, yeah.
are all like cameo people.
Yeah, even if they're like, hey, can you come over and just like do a little like one-line voiceover that we can throw in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I love that. Like, I didn't catch it. Like at the beginning when they first show, Superman's parents having their message, my mom was like, is that Bradley Cooper? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And then it showed him close up. I'm like, oh no, that's definitely Bradley
Yeah.
Cooper. I'm like,
Sure is. I cannot wait to go see it again. I cannot wait for Peacemaker season 2.
yeah.
Because I know from the trailer the Justice Gang is in that show.
Oh, cool. Nice. I'm so excited because like I've been burnt out on Marvel, and like when I hear a new Marvel thing announced, I'm just like bored. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool, I'll watch it, I guess. But
I
like
can't wait for Fantastic Four.
this movie, I'm like, what's next in the DCU? I don't care what it is. What's next?
Yeah.
Like they could tell me they're doing like what the Condiment King gets his own TV show, and I'd be happy. Like.
Yeah.
If it's like part of this universe and James Gunn is making sure they work their magic, I have faith in it. Yeah, I gotta watch Peacemaker and Creature Commandos now.
Creature Commandos was so good.
Yeah, I saw like nothing but good things when it came out.
A lot of people didn't give it a chance.
Yeah, I mean I didn't watch it, but every clip I saw, I'm like, I need to watch that. That looks good.
Yeah.
Like a whole GI robot, and I don't know who the radioactive guy is. Dr. Phosphorus, I think.
Yeah.
He looks really fun too.
Batman Beyond.
I liked what I saw of him. he seems great.
Yeah, that's technically the first DCU project.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, this might be So, is the Clayface movie they're doing, is it going to be part of the DCU, or is it going to be one of the Elseworlds projects they're doing?
I've kind of seen it's an Elseworld project.
Okay.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to work it into the Matt Reeves universe.
Oh, that'd be cool. That makes sense because I remember they said they were going to do the Arkham show, and then they were like, this is too big for a show. We need to make multiple projects out of what we all have here.
Yeah.
And I think part of that went to Penguin, and then probably part of it is going to Clayface, and that makes sense. They're probably going to have their own little shared The Batman universe, which I'm okay with. I love The Batman so much. I do partly wish that they would just be like, yeah, it's part of the DCU. Like, I would love to see Robert Pattinson Batman on screen with David Cornsweet, but I
was about to say, I think the reason that the Batman 2 script has been taking so long is that I think somewhere down the line, James Gunn decided that he wants to ditch the Batman Robin plan that they had, and they want to work Pattinson in, because like almost any interview that James Gunn gets asked about movies and directors, he's always talking about Matt Reeves.
Yeah, that's true. And also when they were asking like, what's the deal with Batman in the DCU, he literally was like, this is like my biggest problem right now because I don't know how to handle him. He was just like, he was like, I don't know what to do with Batman. I don't know what I'm doing with Batman. And then in the most recent thing, after the script was finally done, this made me happy. They're like, how's the script? And he just got like giddy and looked like he was about to flip out, and he was just like, it's great, and leaves. He's like, I can't say anything, but it's great. And I have faith, man.
I saw that he was talking about, he says, I can't wait to do my second read through next week or something like that. So
yeah, like when your job is like, let me read this screenplay and see if this movie will be good. And he's like, I can't wait to read this screenplay a second time. Like,
oh, he was,
they're probably
he was
cooking.
like He was like at one point, he's like, I'll read every single one at least 2 or 3 times.
Nice.
Like,
But to
regardless
go as
if he
far as
does
to
it or
say,
not.
like, I can't wait to read this again. Like,
Yeah,
clearly
yeah.
he's like, oh man, we've got something good on our hands, which
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I can't wait. I hate that it's taken this long, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah. But at the same time, I do kind of like that it feels in a way like it's passing the torch. Like,
Yeah.
not that Marvel won't regain its glory, but like it feels like Marvel can take a break and now DC can have a turn, you know?
Yeah. I think Fantastic Four is one of their last ditch efforts, Marvel at least.
Yeah.
Because, like, Thunderbolts, as good as it was, it still didn't do what they wanted it to.
That's a shame.
Which
Because I think, loved it.
I think that's how the movie was marketed.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Because, I mean, granted, Guardians of the Galaxy was a bunch of characters that nobody knew, but this
was in like peak Marvel when they did that too.
Yeah, and this was like characters that you have seen, but they're all from movies that didn't do well. Mm-hmm. And people didn't like. So it's like...
Yeah, like Ant-Man 2, Black Widow, which I loved Black Widow. I thought that movie was great, but still...
I like the first 2/3.
Yeah, I thought that was...
I'd say the first 3/4 I liked.
I thought it was
basically
really good.
The whole end of that movie was a mess.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't fully remember. I just remember watching it. I think I saw it once or twice, and I was very impressed by it. When I saw it, and I love
it was like
Pugh's character.
Wasn't that like COVID hit during like the tail end of filming that movie?
Oh yeah, so they had a lot of reshoots and like we're filming clearly in front of green screens and we're not in the same room as each other, kind of stuff. Like that scene when like Natasha and Yelena are at the picnic table like drinking and talking. Like it's so clearly like. They're
Nobody's
not there talking to each other. Like, it's a shame. But, yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah, because I remember that was, like, one of the first, like, theaters are back open movies.
Mm-hmm. I've mentioned it a bunch. I really want a good, full-length, he's the focus, Two-Face movie. Because I feel like... Either like with Batman and Robin, he was like a side goofy character, and then in The Dark Knight, he's there for like the last third of the movie and dies and barely does anything. Like I want like Two-Face in his prime as a crime boss for like a whole movie at least.
Yeah.
Because he's my favorite Batman villain.
It's a good pick.
It used to be Joker, but I'm a little burnt out on Joker, so Two-Face has moved up.
Mine is probably Hush, but I like him for different reasons.
Yeah.
But I would love Mr. Freeze done right.
Yeah, I hope he's who we get in the next movie.
I do too.
There's not a like most Batman
Mr. Freeze
villains
or Killer Croc.
Yeah, most Batman villains, you could say like we're getting a movie of them, and I'd be excited.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was like trying to think of like who do I actually want for part 2, and it's like I know that Batman kind of used Venom in that movie, but I think it's too soon for Bane.
Yeah.
I kind of just want a movie where Batman is literally just fighting common criminals.
Yeah. Also, they proved with the last movie, they can handle throwing in like a good handful of classic characters. Like they had like Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman, all in the same movie, and like, you know, the Falcone and Carmine, I think.
Yeah.
Like the crime boss dudes too. Like they handled all of that in one movie, and it didn't feel like crowded.
Yeah, because the focus was still at the end of the day on Riddler.
Yeah. So
he was just using connections and all that.
So I think it's very possible that in this, you know, second one, we could see like a couple of really great villains. Like I wouldn't be surprised. It would be awesome if there was like Mr. Freeze and Killer Croc, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people have mentioned like, you know, with the movie ending with Gotham being flooded, you know, perfect time for either Killer Croc to show up because there's so much water, or Mr. Freeze to come freeze all the water.
Yeah.
You know, so like we've got a pretty cool setup for a sequel, because I think they said it's supposed to like pick up pretty soon after the last one left off, so Gotham might even still be flooded.
Do you know about a comic called No Man's Land?
Yes, a little bit, not much. Like I've heard it
Okay.
referenced a good bit, but
So the premise of that comic is that there is this big earthquake that hits Gotham, and Bruce Wayne kind of loses his mind, and he's like, this couldn't have been a natural disaster. Somebody had to be the reason for it. So Batman's literally going crazy and going after every single like villain in Gotham and like assuming that they did it. And then like to the point where like Jim Gordon is like, you're not helping, get the hell out of Gotham. Like you're only making things worse by stirring up the criminals instead of focusing on helping everybody. And I kind of want something like that in a movie, to where like you actually see like the mental state of Bruce Wayne,
yeah,
like how bad he is mentally.
because the last movie, like the Batman ends with him finally having like a purpose or call to action for being a hero. So it would be cool for a sequel to him like kind of flip the other way too far, and he's like maybe trying a little too hard to be a hero now.
Yeah.
He's a little too dedicated to it. So we could get like a No Man's Land thing with that kind of context. That would be cool. And then like by the end of it, he learns.
I won't say for like the next one, but maybe if there's like a third.
Yeah. That could be a great, like, the third could be where they throw in Bane and we have like an end of a trilogy with like, that's where we really introduce Venom. To where we have. What's the other one?
If there is a trilogy, do like a plateau. Like the first one is him coming to the rise of Batman. The second one is just a pure like Batman the whole movie, and then the third one is just a decline.
Right.
Like, kind of like a you can't do this forever type thing because it's going to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Which is kind of the point of Batman. It's like nobody should be able to do this for as long as you have, but you somehow have.
That's the one thing. That's why I often say, like, I don't think the Dark Knight movies are good Batman movies. I think they're good movies. I just don't think they're good Batman movies because the whole time. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The whole time he's like, if I do this, I can finally quit. And it feels like he's always trying to like find a way out as Bruce Wayne to like fulfill the promise and call it quits. And I think that's just so not Batman. Batman is like other people would be like, you can do this and you can quit, right? He's like, no, I can't. Like, and I didn't like that about it.
He ends up quitting at the end.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I have lots of opinions on the Dark Knight trilogy, but I will have like people with pitchforks coming to my house.
Yeah. I think they're fantastic movies, and at the time they came out, they were what we needed for superhero media in like popular like Hollywood or whatever. Nothing but respect, but as a Batman fan, I'm like, nah, that ain't the definitive Batman like people act like it is. They're like, no, this is the perfect Batman. This is the Batman that you should blueprint every other Batman thing off of. Definitely not. Not even close.
Well, a lot of my opinions are on the movies themselves.
Oh, okay.
Not that they're Batman movies.
Yeah.
That's maybe a topic for another day if I'm ever on a...
But,
Server
lifetime in 9 minutes. I guess that's a good sign to wrap things up. All right, Aubrey.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Go see Superman. It's really
go see
good.
Superman. Maybe go see it in IMAX as well.
Yeah, if you can see it in IMAX and it won't make you throw up sitting in an IMAX theater, go see it in IMAX.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 perfect movie for me.
I'll have an official rating after I see it a second time. But
okay.
Oh, well, I wanted to bring this up.
First viewing.
First viewing, I'd give it at least like an 8 or 9. I'm not sure where. But also, I got to send this to you because you probably like it because you like video essay stuff more than I do. But there's a guy I follow on TikTok. He goes by Perfect Dodge. He used to do really cool comic book content, very short form, and I liked watching it. But he kind of quit TikTok, and he's moved more long form. And he recently just did his first like long form YouTube video where he said it basically goes around the concept of a 10 out of 10 perfect game can have flaws, and he used many examples like Ocarina of Time, Super Metroid, and stuff like that. And it's something I've been thinking about a lot, where I'm like, yeah, you know what, even if I come away from a movie being like, yeah, it did have these flaws, like maybe that doesn't mean it's not like a 10 out of 10 as far as movies go, because, you know, as a lot of people say, like, truly, if nothing is perfect, then perhaps a 10 out of 10 can have flaws, you know? If perfection isn't achievable, then the highest score you can get should have some room for error.
Kind of how I've always rated movies. It's like I kind of break it into like 3 sections. Was the movie compelling and good? Mm-hmm. Did I enjoy watching it? Did I have good thoughts after it?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I break down my rating system. So it's like, I don't really care if this is like a critically acclaimed director or actor. Like, I don't even take that into consideration, because when I rate things, it's on a personal level for 2/3 of my rating.
Yeah, very true.
So,
which, I mean, I think since it is art, that's probably a good way to approach it.
Yeah.
But thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah,
can't wait to be the first 3 time.
Yeah, and also another big thing, you're on the episode the farthest I've ever gone with a podcast. Usually I've quit by now. So
yes,
every other podcast I've done, I've chickened out and been like, this project sucks, I'm not continuing it further. But still, here we are with another episode, and I wasn't like, oh, I'm dreading this next episode, and I'm already like, ooh, I can't wait to make another one. So
I'll have to bully you to keep making them whenever you start feeling like you don't want to make one.
I'm excited, man. Like, I'm feeling on fire with it. Like, I'm excited for the future of the TmortalTV TV Fisherman Hour. And
it's looking bright.
It's looking bright. We're catching fish. We're casting reels and casting lines and podcasting. And where can they find you?
It's filled like hope, like the Superman film.
It's true.
You could find me on almost every single platform at Aubrey Zero Ninja.
Indeed.
I'm starting to post goofy music TikToks that somehow people are watching. I don't understand it.
That's good. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment your favorite iteration of Superman, even if it is Man of Steel. I don't mind.
If it's a comic book, tell the comic book story.
Yep. If it's a comic book run, is it All-Star Superman? Is it Man of Steel? Is it Superman Red Sun? I don't know. And if you're not listening on YouTube, and you're listening on a podcasting platform, give us a nice rating if you don't mind. You can
comment on Spotify.
Do that then, and share it with a friend. But yeah,
tell your mailman.
Yeah, tell your mailman. Tell your Uber driver. It's scaring us. 4 minutes left till it kicks us out of the Fortnite fishing server. So on that note, good night, everyone. Thank you for being here, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.
Bye. Later. Bye.